What's up, guys? My name is SnyperSama, but you can call me Sniper. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I have a little bit of a question. The question being, what other games do you guys play? Okay, I have been so curious about what other games people are out there, people are playing right now, because I'm kind of like in a rut. I've been playing a lot of older games, not even like old, just a couple years older that I didn't play when they initially dropped. One of which being like Baldur's Gate 3. Most recently, Helldivers 2. Like, there's these so many different games that I just didn't play that I'm finally getting the opportunity to now, and they're a blast. They're a ton of fun. So what are you guys playing? Okay. On top of that, follow-up, do any of you play card games? Because I play Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is one of my absolute favorite card games. I've been playing for several years now, and one of my favorite decks is Keurig, Son of Yawgmoth. If you play Magic the Gathering and you play Monster Hunter Wilds, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Mono Black Commander, and the way he works is you use your life as a resource. Well, I made a Fortify Heroics build just a couple weeks ago that was kind of around that, but it wasn't exactly perfect, okay? It was good for the speedrunners. It was good for the people that wanted the challenge of diving in headfirst with nothing. No safety net. Just full balls to the wall, bam, here we go. This build is like Keurig. The way Keurig works is, I'll put something up on the screen here. Basically, the way he works is you can pay the mana costs in Magic the Gathering using your life. And in the game format that I play, Commander, or EDH, you have 40 life, meaning you can use a lot of your life to cast different spells. Really, really cool concept. The idea behind it here for this Monster Hunter Wilds build came from that, and it's from the Rompopolo mask. The Rompomask is really, really nice because it has some crazy equipment skills. Resentment level 5 and Counter-Strike 2. Is a lot. This is from beating 10-star Rompopolo, which is really, really cool. Also finding out that he was the least hunted monster in Monster Hunter Wilds. So, because of that, because of my love for Magic and the love of that commander, I decided, like, why not make a build just like it? And the best weapon to do so is the Greatsword. This is just a transmog. This isn't actually the Shattersteel Greatsword. This is Ostrak Oblivion, which is the Gugmazios one. This is the only one that I have with Dark Arts, which is Soul of the Dark Knight, which is why we're using it. I would recommend, if you guys are making this build, use it with Dragon. It'll just do you better to use it with Dragon. Sleep isn't bad, but you're not going to get enough procs throughout a hunt for it to really be beneficial versus the damage increase that you would see if you were to use Dragon instead. Okay, so all you need on your Ostrak Oblivion is Soul of the Dark Knight. That's it. Ideally, reinforcement bonuses, just the standard normal 3 attack, 1 affinity, 1 sharpness, or 4 attack, 1 sharpness. Okay, if you guys have either of those combinations, you're golden. And the big thing is just Soul of the Dark Knight. That's it. As far as the armor goes, we have Rompomask. This one, you just get it for clearing the 10-star Rompopolo, Bale Curious Alpha, the Gogmazios Vambraces Alpha, Dahad Sharkcoil Gamma, Duno Wildgreaves Gamma. Now, you might be sitting here thinking, what on planet Earth? There is no synergy. Well, there's not, but there's a reason for it. Because we have Soul of the Dark Knight on our weapon and on the Bale Curious, we get the benefit of Soul of the Dark Knight, the Dark Arts 2-piece bonus. Having recoverable damage increases elemental attack, and some Greatsword level 3 charge slashes are strengthened. Basically, the way this is going to work is when you have red health, you're going to do a little more damage naturally. But on top of that red health, every time it is a level 3 charge slash, it is going to be even stronger. Include the fact that when you have red health, we have Rompomask, which is Resentment, giving us plus 25 raw attack anytime we have red health. And then we have Counter-Strike, because when we get hit, when we get knocked back, we're going to get more raw attack. The idea behind this build is a play on your life, okay? You are sitting there swinging as often as you can and using your life as a resource because we don't have any sort of damage mitigation. Nothing. You are playing with fire, okay? The reason we're rocking Gogmazios Greaves or the Vambraces is because the Maximum Might, the Agitator, is a really, really nice combo. It lets us get the decorations that we want. Dahad Sharkcoil Gamma and the Duno Wildgreaves Gamma are both really, really good. Agitator 3, which is huge, more raw attack. Quick Sheath and Agitator. Quick Sheath is really, really nice with how we're going to be playing our Greatsword, plus Agitator again. If you have Soul of the Dark Knight on your Greatsword and you get Lord Soul, you will actually end up having a better build than mine. I do not have Lord Soul on this one. I have its twin brother, Lord's Fury. Not nearly as good, okay? It's the unbeloved stepchild, okay? So, Lord Soul, Soul of the Dark Knight. Golden Age Charm, just attack boost. If you have something like attack boost with Agitator, great. If you have attack boost with Burst like I do, great. If you have attack boost, whatever, great. Just attack boost, okay? The idea here is that we are playing full raw attack damage increases, okay? For our armor decorations, we have Counter Jewel here, we have Mighty Jewel, we have Throttle Jewel. Reason we're rocking all of these, we already have 2 levels of Counter Strike on our Rompomask. Okay, the Mighty Jewel is going to give us 3 levels of maximum might, giving us the 30%, which is really, really nice. And then we have Throttle Jewel, which is going to give us our 3rd level of Latent Power. Latent Power is going to give us the 30% stamina, or 30% affinity, and 50% stamina depletion reduction. Okay, super, super nice combo skills for pretty much anything. Okay, when you are playing Greatsword, either you're sheathing or you're rolling a lot, meaning you're using your stamina. This is a good way to mitigate how much stamina you actually are losing, okay? Then we have 1 Growth Jewel. The reason we're rocking this is because there wasn't a whole lot of open level 1 decos that could go here. You can make the argument if you're playing with other people, you go Shock Absorber. That is what I have been doing. If I'm playing by myself, Growth. If I'm playing with other people, Shock Absorber, just so that I don't mess anybody up and nobody messes me up. And then we have 1, 2, 3 things of protection for Divine Blessing, just because when you do get hit, you don't want to get hit crazy bad, and the chance that you don't is really, really nice. The reason we're not rocking any sort of recovery or medicine up here is because we want to make sure that we have the red health for the buffs as long as possible. Meaning, the faster we lose the red health, the less our buffs end up becoming, okay? Attack Jewel here, this is going to max out the attack boost that we've got, thanks to the Talisman being level 3, this is 4, and then I just threw in a Grinder Attack Jewel. This gives us the speed sharpening and 1 level attack. It's not a crazy thing, you can technically get rid of this if you wanted, maybe go for something like Offensive Guard, but you have that right here, Guardian and Iron Wall, which is going to give you Offensive Guard and 1 level of Guard. So I would say if you're going to take this Grinder Attack Jewel out, go for 4 levels, I would recommend probably going for like a Guard Up or a Critical Boost. Now, the reason I would say Critical Boost is because even though we only have the 15% from Agitator, 30% from Latent Power, we're at 45 now. Maximum Might is giving us the 75% affinity. Not all of that's going to be active. It's not consistent enough because this is contingent, and this is contingent, and we don't have a really, really good way of triggering it. But, Draw Jewel. The Critical Draw Jewel is really, really nice, and it is one that most people forget about. At least personally for me, I use it a lot on Longsword, and I use it a lot on Greatsword. And it's because I am always sitting there, sheathing my weapon, unsheathing my weapon, sheathing my weapon, unsheathing. If you play Longsword, you know what I'm talking about. The EI Special Sheath is an actual sheath. It has its own special animation, but it's still a sheathing attack, meaning every time you do it, 100% affinity. Same thing for Greatsword. If you were to put it in your back, you're sheathing it, okay, whoop, and you whip it out and immediately go for a level 3 charge slash, it is going to be a 100% affinity strike. And unlike Longsword, where it's a lot more fluid, you can sit here and have an entire playstyle built around Critical Draw. It is really, really nice. But all in all, we have some crazy damage modifiers. Okay, we're at 263 right now in the change equipment screen. By backing out, getting our food buff, and we go up to 274. Okay, now once we're at 274, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add on Resentment. 274, we're just going to call it 300. Okay, 300 because it'll be 299, and that's harder math than just making it even. Agitator for another plus 20, 320. Counter-Strike, 345. Okay, 345 is a lot of attack. The problem that most people seem to forget about, though, is that that's not all of it. We're going to put it into Smash Mode. And we're just going to wait a second. We have Offensive Guard active. We're at 313. Okay, so once offensive guard is gone, or once we get the proc for red health, there we go, 338. Offensive guard, we went from 274 to 313 with offensive guard. 15%. We just gained 40 raw. Plus the 40 raw that we were already working on gives us somewhere around 385 to 390 raw attack. But it gets better because we get the level 3 charged slashes. You can see here, we don't have any of the affinity boosters. That attack was not. But I've sheathed my weapon. This is now a draw attack. This is 100%. You can tell by the little red diamonds that are right above the damage numbers. Which means, while you are sitting here playing, if you do things like I do, you can end up coming in, getting the damage increase, getting the affinity bonus increase, and walk out. The best part about critical draw, at least in my opinion, is that it doesn't just go away immediately. There is a couple of seconds that it sits there and it activates. Meaning, you can take full advantage of guarding for the offensive guard and then going into more. Not to mention, you can sit there and do offsets from your sheathing position to take advantage of critical draw, but you can do pretty much whatever you want with it. The idea behind it is play with your life. Take the hits. Tackle through all of these different attacks. Because when you tackle through all of these attacks, it will count towards Counter-Strike. Counting toward Counter-Strike is just going to be a damage increase. Overall, this build is a lot of fun. Like I said, it is a little bit of a synergistic one, just because it reminds me of something that I do in my off time, which is play my Magic the Gathering Keurig deck. That is going to do it for today's video, though. Thank you all for coming and watching. Thank you all for hanging out. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Farewell.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.